Alright, today we are going through my very special and personal collection of luxury goods. That brand is Celine, and specifically Old Celine. And what I mean by Old Celine is that these are bags under the creative direction of Phoebe Philo, who actually was the creative director of Celine between 2008 to 2018. That was when I also grew up together with the brand. Perspective of like just painting really stuff that I wanted to my Pinterest board, into collecting those pieces. About the years Phoebe Philo was the creative director of Celine, was that the items, the designs were so timeless. They really created this whole culture of cool girls. A little background. I personally love luxury goods. Old Celine definitely had a very special place in my heart. When Phoebe Philo announced that she was leaving Celine, I was as devastated as a lot of people. I never knew that I had such strong associations with a luxury brand that I felt sad that I was no longer able to collect the items that she's putting out. So that being said, today we are going through my entire Old Celine collection, and I'm really excited to also like go through it because this is like one of my biggest brands collection. I don't think I have another brand that I resonate this much, but I love collecting Old Celine pieces, and I'll show you. First ever Celine bag was purchased by my mom. It was the leather cabas tote. I was still in uni back then, and she was like, oh, this is gonna be a nice bag for you to bring to school. I actually didn't end up bringing this bag to school. It's too precious to bring it to school. I ended up carrying this bag a lot when I started working or when I went out. This is full leather. It holds so much. It is so well made that, you know, when she first came out with this bag, I was seriously thinking like, why would you pay much for an expensive canvas tote? But seriously guys, like even after 12 years of having this remains to be one of my favorite bags to bring to work, to bring traveling, because it just fits so much and you can really hammer this particular piece. It's meant to like fold. It's so light. I think this is just a fantastic bag. Everything that you see will have the Old Celine logo. It is the Celine with the little sign. There you go. This is what makes Old Celine so different. My second Celine bag was this classic trio. At that time, we were also fascinated with the snap buttons. This was 3 pouches essentially put together to be made into a sling bag. This is one of the bags that I use so often. It is now super frayed, and you can see the leather's like chipping off. There are a lot of scratches. It means one of my favorite bags to bring to casual event. Does really fit a lot. Very light. It's amazing. This is a Celine trio, which I really love. Next up, it's the Celine Nano bag. This bag was such a big hit. When the luggage bag first came out, everybody wanted the luggage bag. It was like the hottest bag of the century, like a phase. I decided to get the Nano because I just really like how it has a sleeve. This is probably my first Celine bag, or first bag that had different colors. This is a trio. What I like about this bag, it has a zip, it has a sleeve, little slot pocket, which I later found out that this was for your sunglasses. It is just very versatile. Classic piece that I think is so significant to the Old Celine collection is this Celine zip clutch. This is just a normal clutch made in like the most buttery soft leather. I do remember having another color, but I sold it. Thought that I didn't get too much use from the other color. In my opinion, also one of the most versatile bags. Like, I can carry this to a formal event, nice dinner. It fits most of my passport, so sometimes I put it into like my bigger bag. All of my Celine bags have been worn so many times. I do get a huge use out of all of this. This is my most worn brand. I think a lot of people love the classic bag. We sometimes call this the classic box bag. I love this bag ever since it came out, but it took me about 4 or 5 years before I actually pulled the plunge into buying it. I was unsure what color I should buy. I ended up getting this brown color because it's so gorgeous. This is the most associated bags in Phoebe's collection. Right now, what I'm hearing is that this bag is going to be discontinued because the new classic bag would be the Celine Trio. But all in all, I think a lot of people are still looking to buy this bag. Right now, they still have the classic bag in stores, but the logo is obviously already very different. When Phoebe Philo announced that she was leaving, 2018 was her last collection. A lot of people were in stores to buy up the old Celine. Were going to be discontinued at one point. So even if we go to the outlet stores now, I do think that the collection that they have might not even have the old Celine logo in it. In between those years, I also purchased some other bags. The trapeze is one of the most iconic bags other than luggage bag. This came out a few years after the trapeze. It came in many variations. It is a perfect work bag. I think I see a lot of people have this bag. This is a full leather work bag. It is in 3 colors. I think this was something that was a little bit different from my old purchases. It also has a sling. The design, the style, so classic, quite unique. I think a lot of people still love this bag, still carry this bag around. I do think it's really worth buying because now in the secondhand market, the price for the trapeze bag is just so cheap. You could very easily pick up one for less than $800. The thing about them is they are so well made. They are full leather. It is just a bang for your bucks. Definitely recommend this if you're looking for a work bag. I have so many Celine bags that I myself am just sometimes so amused. This was 2017 or 2016. Kind of forgot what this collection is called, but I did remember that during this time, a lot of the tiny bags were coming out. I felt like this was so understated. This is kind of similar to your classic box bag. The leather itself is shiny. I do think that this has been one of my most understated purchases. It is not a very popular design. I still really like it because it just reminds me of this very casual, understated, well-made bags by a fashion house. So a few years after I got my Celine classic bag, I got another one in another size. The story behind this is pretty interesting. I had been thinking about getting something smaller than the classic. This is size comparison. So I use this bag a lot. And the thing about it is hard to bring to a more formal event because of the size. I feel like bigger bags are more casual, more so than formal. I can bring it to a meeting function, but it's hard if I wanted to take it beyond that to a black tie event. So I decided to purchase this sometime 2017. These were like in hot demand. There were so many colors. I was thinking either black or maybe red, except this popped up, this gray blue color popped up, and I was like, I think I have to get it. So much wear out of this bag that is insane. This is one of my best buys today. The sangle come in many different colors. It's very interesting because it has 2 different kind of straps. Full leather strap and the canvas strap. I would consider to be quite heavy. If I add my laptop inside, it is heavy, but I have brought this on my travels for many times simply because it fits so much and it's so functional because all of this also acts as pockets. It's just a really well-made bag, full leather. Doesn't have a zip, but it has a clasp that holds it all together. Another working tote by Celine. It was towards the end of Phoebe Philo's career at Celine. I remember wanting it in the neat material. Can't really hunt them down. Shape. It's like a bucket bag. It's just very interesting because there's just so much, like the design is just incredible. It's a perfect bag that you can bring for traveling because it's really light. There is no metals to it. So yeah. Lastly, I wanted to show you all one of the most iconic bags that I have from Celine. It took me a really long time to hunt this down. I got it secondhand from a retailer. I think this bag is so hard to hunt down because it's considered a collector piece. I don't think they made a lot of this. This is a handheld clutch. It kind of reminds me of a tortoise shell. It came in maroon, it came in black. In the runway, they sort of like carried it like that. Everything about Celine just makes me so happy. It is very quiet luxury. It is understated, expensive, screams if you know, you know. So different, right? Like the Triumph bag that is supposed to take over the classic. It is a lot of logo. It is logo screaming in your face, and I think it's just so different from whatever Phoebe has designed. We all really like the Old Celine collection from today's video, and if you're an Old Celine collector like myself, do let me know because I definitely want to connect and let's chat Old Celine.